If you look at the recent history of indie games, there's a common trend among the most successful ones. They push creative boundaries. They do what AAA games can't. Take Balatro, for example, which takes the familiar game of poker and twists it into a roguelike experience. Or Gris and their more recently released Neva, and how it seamlessly blends delicate art with gameplay. To Kill a God, which combines Slay the Spire's mission selection with Path of Exile's sprawling skill tree. Slay the Spire itself unlocked an entire genre of deck-building roguelikes for us to get exhausted by. These games aren't just new, they're fundamentally unique. That's where your opportunity lies. This kind of creative authenticity is something only you can bring to the table. And as we move forward, we can see how that's exactly what audiences will value more and more. They succeeded by being experimental, by attempting things that wouldn't have been possible in environments where safe was the priority. These are games born from human inspiration, from genuine creativity. All that is easy to say, right? Be creative. How do you actually do that? Well, some suggestions. Chase what you're passionate about. Passion drives originality. And if you're excited about a specific genre or mechanic, that enthusiasm will come through in your work. If you love strategy games, dig into that space. Explore fresh takes on established mechanics and create something that you would want to play but doesn't already exist. Lean into your strengths. Don't feel pressured to be a master of every aspect of game development. Play to what you do best. Take Nate Perkypile as an example. His art brought many Bethesda games to life, and then he went solo and made The Axis Unseen, which clearly leans into his experience as an artist. If you're a talented programmer, hone in on creating complex systems and mechanics instead of aiming for an art-heavy game. You don't have to do everything. Focus on what you excel at and try and team up with others for the rest of it. Combine ideas in strange ways. Innovation often happens when unexpected elements come together. As you play games, take note of mechanics or systems you enjoy and think about how you could combine them differently. Imagine blending Stardew Valley's relationship mechanics with XCOM's tactical combat. These strange combinations can spark entirely new experiences. Timebox your development radically. Set aggressive time limits for yourself, like 1 week to build a working prototype, rather than taking months to perfect an idea. This forces you to prioritize the core mechanics that matter the most. By moving quickly, you'll see what's working and what's not, allowing you to refine your ideas faster. Release early and often. Especially in a UGC-driven world, the faster you release, the faster you'll know if your idea resonates. Don't wait until everything is perfect. Get a minimal version into players' hands and let their feedback guide your next steps. Iteration based on real-world input is really valuable when trying to build something that sticks. Finally, learn by doing. Game development is a journey, and it's all about building up your experience over time. You're not going to get everything right the first time, and that's fine. The key is putting in the reps. Just like learning to paint, every prototype and project is another step toward improving your craft. The more you create, the better you'll get at it. Of course, success here doesn't look like another Vampire Survivors clone. It won't come from churning out more life sims, endless runners, or simple platformers. It's going to come from pushing boundaries, from taking risks, and from challenging yourself to do something scary, something unknown. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I know many of you are funding your projects out of your own pockets, taking on gig work, or even making YouTube videos just to make ends meet. It's a grind, and that financial instability can push you to chase trends, thinking that it's a safe bet. When you see something like a Vampire Survivors clone or the latest life sim blowing up, it can feel like following those trends is your safest bet to make a quick return. It might feel like the safer path financially, but in the long run, it limits your creativity and the potential for you to stand out. The games that succeed, especially from indie devs, are the ones that break new ground and take risks, not the ones that copy what's already been done. As a friend of mine always said, there's no glory in playing it safe.